Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 speed build. Happy New Year! I know I haven't posted a video since I believe it was the week of Christmas of last year, I think, or maybe the week before that. So yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. I have been taking a little bit of a break, but I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. But yeah, Happy New Year you guys. I hope 2024 has been treating you well. Like I said, I've been going through a lot, so we'll talk about that at some point. But I do just want to say that if you guys hear any background noise, it's very windy where I am right now, and I do have my bedroom door open. So if my dog or my cat or whatever makes noise at any point throughout this voiceover, just bear with me. I don't really want to stop this and start again because I haven't done a voiceover in weeks. And I'm very out of practice and I'm very nervous about that. So I feel like if I were to stop it and redo it, I would just fall down a rabbit hole of continuously redoing it because it would never be perfect. So yeah, just bear with me if anything like that happens. So yeah, what are we building today? Today we're actually doing a build that I've had done for a while. I did this build before For Rent even came out. So I believe I did it sometime in November of last year. And it was after Home Chef Hustle. So I don't think it was too early in November. I think it was quite late on in November when I finished this. I never posted it. I never edited it or anything like that because I had a lot of footage to go through and just wasn't in the mood to do that. And obviously For Rent came out and kind of like took a lot of my attention away from this build. But we're actually in Britechester. We're in the Britechester college, not college, university grounds, I guess you would say. We're on the Britechester campus. And we're actually going to be building, obviously, as you could probably tell from the title and all of that stuff, we're building some student housing. Now, I could have turned this into some sort of rental with For Rent and, you know, done all of that stuff. But like I said, I built this before For Rent even came out. So I didn't want to go back and change it up and, you know, try and fiddle with all of that stuff. Because apparently For Rent has been having some issues. The whole like residential rental system has been giving a lot of people issues with corrupting saves and all of that stuff. So I just decided that I'm gonna try and stay away from that as much as I can for the next couple of weeks. Or if, you know, I do a like residential rental build, I'll make sure to mention it in the video that, you know, be careful with placing it or having residential rentals of any size in your game, apparently, because it's been causing issues for some people. But yeah, because of that, I decided that I wasn't going to even convert this into a rental. I was just going to stick with the regular university housing lot because it makes sense. I mean, it's Britechester, it's actually on the campus, so it would make sense that this would just be regular student housing. So my idea for this build was I wanted it to fit in with the surroundings. So I tried to go for kind of a similar style to the other buildings that are on the Britechester campus. I don't know how well I did because I don't exactly know what style of building all of these are in my head. They're just like old European. So that's kind of what I was going for. But I was actually looking at a couple of reference pictures for just like some inspiration to get me started for mostly just the exterior. And I was actually looking at some old like estates. So like estate buildings, like fancy rich old people estates. And I was kind of taking inspiration from that. And I was thinking, you know, maybe this used to be a house. And it wasn't built to be a like academic building or a student housing building or anything like that. It was actually built as a house. Maybe someone rich used to live here, maybe someone who was very involved with the campus and the university, or, you know, something like that. So I figured this used to be a house, which is why I do have it furnished and laid out the way that I do, which you will see in just a bit when we actually get onto the interior. But I figured, you know, because it was a house, there is going to be some house-like things. So for example, the bathrooms that I have, I cannot remember how many bathrooms I have. I believe I have 3 or 4 full bathrooms. I know for a fact that there's one up, one downstairs. I know that for a fact. That's a full bathroom. And then I think there might be 2 upstairs or 3 upstairs. I'm not sure. Like I said, I built this a while ago. So I think there's 3 full bathrooms at least. And the way that I did them, I didn't do them where I have separate showers or university showers or toilet stalls or anything like that. They're actual bathrooms that you might expect to see in a regular house. And that was intentional because I figured, you know, when they converted this into student housing, they didn't want to like redo all of the bathrooms where maybe they didn't have the space to put in toilet stalls and showers the way like universities might have them, communal type shower type things or stuff like that. Or it's just because maybe the students that live here are fairly rich. Maybe this is a little bit more of an expensive dorm to live in. So they have like more private-ish bathrooms, I guess you could say. So the same goes for the bedrooms. There's actually 6 bedrooms in this build, all of them are upstairs, but there's 2 shared bedrooms that are on the right side of the building. They're a little bit bigger, so they do each have 2 single beds in them. And then there's 4 single bedrooms that are on the right side. They all have, you know, their own desks. They all have their own mini fridges. All of the bedrooms have their own mini fridges, their own desks. They all obviously have their own wardrobes and all of that stuff. And I did decorate all of them. You will see me decorating all of them, but I don't super personalize them all. I do put art on the walls. I do put clutter around, but a lot of it is just the same items that I use in the other rooms to make it feel decorated without going too in depth with the kind of Sims that might be staying there, if that makes sense. So yeah, that was my idea for this. And also because it is for my save file, I did want to do that. So yeah, I don't think I mentioned that yet. It is going to be in my save, but I won't have anyone actually living here. So it will be empty. If you want to move your Sims in here from university or anything like that, you can totally go ahead and do that. But yeah, we've started on the kitchen. Now the kitchen is... I feel like this is one of the rooms that might have been renovated the most, just to add in the booths and the extra dining. Maybe this used to be a kitchen and a separate dining room, so like fancy separate formal dining room, but they've opened it up. They've obviously put in the linoleum tiles, you know, the wall tiles, all of that stuff. They've put in, you know, the benches and the booths and all of that stuff as well, just to make it a little bit more... I don't want to say commercial, but a little bit more practical, I guess you would say, because there are quite a few Sims that are going to be staying here, like at least 8 of them. So you need a lot of seating. You don't want them all sitting around one big table like they're in a house. So yeah, I feel like they would have done that. But the kitchen is fairly kitchen-like you would expect to find in a normal house. The only thing missing is that there isn't a stove, because obviously... with university housing lots, we can't have stoves or grills or anything like that. Funnily enough, I did playtest this because I did test it and build it after Home Chef Hustle came out. Or at least I started furnishing it after Home Chef Hustle came out. And I tested it with the pizza oven and the waffle maker that we got with Home Chef Hustle. And the waffle maker can work on student housing lots. It doesn't actually count as a stove or a grill or anything like that. Same with the microwave, obviously. So the waffle maker I did put in, but the pizza oven for some reason counts as a grill. So you can't put that in, which is kind of weird to me because technically they're both underneath the small appliances category in build mode. If you filter it by room and go to the small appliances space in the kitchen, they're both underneath that category. So I don't know why the pizza oven would count as a a fire hazard, I guess you would say, because the waffle maker can also catch on fire. And in my experience, playtesting or playing with the Home Chef Hustle pack, the waffle maker is the one item that kept catching on fire because it happened I don't know, I think it was a bug that caused it to happen that often. But the pizza oven, in all of my time playing with it, and I've played with it quite a bit by now in my own personal gameplay as well, I've never had the pizza oven catch on fire. Whereas the waffle maker, even after they were supposed to have fixed that in a patch, it still catches on fire way more often than anything else. So I don't know what the deal with that is, but yeah, there is a waffle maker in there. And then the rest of the first floor that we're working on. So we have this room that's kind of like the more study, I guess almost like half library type space. So there's a bunch of bookcases, there's a couple of research machines as well. All of the rooms, by the way, have their own fireplaces. So the library has a fireplace, the living room, the kitchen even has a fireplace, which I feel like would have been kind of like a remnant from when this was a actual house, like a fancy estate, where in the old days they used to have fireplaces in almost every room for heating because they didn't have central heating, obviously. And a lot of people, a lot of the times, depending on the era, they would have cooked on the fireplaces as well, and you know, all of that stuff. So that's why I did put a fireplace in the kitchen. Also, it lined up quite nicely with where the outside chimney was. So yeah, that was a plus. But anyway, so yeah, all of the downstairs rooms have their own fireplaces, apart from the art-ish room that we'll work on in a second, because that's just too small to fit one in. And then all of the bedrooms upstairs actually also have fireplaces, but those are a little bit more modern, kind of like, you know, when they redid the interior to make it a student housing. To make a student housing, they maybe redid the fireplaces, and they didn't want to get rid of them completely because, again, I feel like these would be fairly rich kids and or students that would live here. So, you know, they have money. So I feel like having fireplaces in all of the bedrooms isn't that much of a stretch. And I just made it that like fireplace from, I believe it's from Eco Lifestyle, that has, it kind of looks like an electric or a gas fireplace instead of a wood burning fireplace. So all of them have that fireplace in the bedrooms, and I don't know, I really like the way that looked. I like the idea of having these more modern, kind of new-ish, like, details that have been added, you know, as the place has been renovated and all of that stuff. But also, I almost forgot, I did put laundry in this build. So off of the kitchen, there's actually a separate laundry area. So there's 2 washers, 2 dryers, you know, plenty of space for your Sims to actually do their laundry. But if that's something that you didn't want to worry about if you're playing on this build, because I know keeping track of everything, especially if you play with more than one sim in university, it can be a lot to just stay on top of all of the university work. So if you don't want to worry about doing laundry, just go ahead, delete the washers, dryers, and also delete all of the laundry hampers that I have in all of the bedrooms as well, because every bedroom has their own laundry hamper. So yeah, just go ahead, delete that in case you don't want to play with laundry. But yeah, so we're currently working on the kind of communal living space. Now, this space has obviously a very big seating area. There's a lot of seating. There's a big TV. I have a foosball table in there. I also add in a kind of bar height table where I put 3 computers, I believe, 2 computers and a laptop. So that's just in case your Sims don't have their own laptops that they can put in their bedrooms on their desks or something like that. Then they do have space to access a computer. There's also obviously the research machines in the library that I mentioned. And then off of the living room, there's actually that little like room at the front of the building where I have the piano at the moment. That piano is actually going to stay there because I'm going to turn that into kind of almost like an art room, because Britechester is actually the university that has the art society club thing that goes on. If you're in Britechester, if you're going to Britechester, you can actually join the art club or art society or whatever it's called. So I wanted to put in a space for that in case any of the Sims that are living here are actually in that society. Maybe they're like fine art majors or, you know, stuff like that. So there's a piano in there. There's a couple of art easels as well. So, you know, there are a couple of skill building items for your Sims to, you know, play with and interact with to get their skills up for university, all of that stuff. I think you should be able to raise every single skill apart from like rocket science and whatever. But yeah, so we have art easels, we have a piano, we obviously have TVs and bookcases and all of that stuff. We have computers, we have research machines for like upping the research and debate skill. We have not logic tables, chess tables. I believe I put one in the library, but I also have one upstairs in the hallway. Now, I did cut out me doing all of the bathrooms as well as doing the hallways, just because you really didn't need to see that. It's, apart from having like a chess table and some seating in them, they're all basically they're just empty, not empty rooms, but like superfluous rooms. You don't need, they're non-functional, basically. They're just for getting from point A to point B. So I didn't show me doing any of those. I decided to rather keep in me doing the bedrooms. So yeah, we've moved on upstairs. And these are the two rooms that actually have the not double beds, but like they have twin beds in them. So there's two beds in each. I figured, you know, maybe these were for the younger students, like maybe these are like the freshman rooms, and the other rooms are more for like, you know, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, or something like that. You know, it all depends on how you want to play. If you want to play with a sim that has a roommate, here you go. Or if you want them to have their own rooms, you have plenty of options for that as well. Now, I did keep all of the beds the same in all of the rooms. I just changed up the swatches a little bit to try and make it look like, you know, the Sims have brought their own bedding from home, but they all have the same bed frames. They all have, you know, I kind of mixed it up where they all have the same beds, but I did change up between, I believe, 2 different desk types and bedside table types. So I kind of try to like alternate it a little bit, just so that the rooms are similar but not exact replicas of each other. And then obviously I did change up some of the decorations, like the posters on the walls I changed up a little bit. I changed up some of the desk clutter, but not a lot. I also, like I said, didn't clutter it up too much in any case. But yeah, so we have that. All of the curtains are the same. All of the rugs are different as well, because I figured, you know, the university probably wouldn't provide the rugs. So whoever is staying in these rooms maybe like brought their own rugs from home to just decorate it a little bit more. So yeah, we have that. Like I said, they all have their own mini fridges. I did include a small appliance on top of all of the mini fridges. So I either put in like a tea maker, a coffee maker. I put a like ice cream maker in, I believe, one of them. I think I used the popcorn maker once or twice as well. So yeah, they all have something that's kind of like fun in their rooms, and that, you know, is basically like theirs, if that makes sense. I also put in a Lindsay speaker as well in all of their bedrooms, so they can listen to music while they do like their homework or whatever. So yeah, there are a couple of things for Sims to do, and I try to personalize it without going too overboard with clutter, if that makes sense. They also all have bookcases, I believe. If they don't have like freestanding bookcases, they at least have those bookcases that are like stacks of books that you can actually interact with, that are placed on their desks or something. So yeah, they all have that. I did go in later on when I realized that I didn't include it in my first go around, and I put in mirrors in all of the rooms as well, because somehow I forgot to do that. So yeah, I did make sure to do that. And then just a bunch of like Britechester art and, you know, posters and flags and kind of like school spirit type things. And I obviously didn't have any particular idea of the personalities of the Sims that would be living here or staying here, so I tried to keep it as generic as I could. Obviously, if you're playing this, you're free to change up anything you want to personalize it for your Sims and, you know, do whatever you want with it. Just don't re-upload it and say that it's yours. But other than that, you know, you're free to renovate it to your heart's content. But yeah, if you guys do want to download this, it is up on the gallery. My gallery ID is just ChrissieYT. I'll have all of that in the description. As always, I'll also have a gallery download link to the gallery website. And then tray files will be up for channel members, but in 3 weeks they will be going up for everyone on my Tumblr as well. Now, I do want to say, now that I've talked about the build a little bit, I just want to quickly mention that yes, this is for my save file. I have gotten a few questions about when the next version of my save is going to be coming out. Honestly, I have no idea. I wanted to get it out last year, but a lot happened last year and I could not get it out. I don't know. I'm hoping to get it out this year, but I have a lot going on in real life this year, so I don't know. I don't want to promise anything, basically. I will keep you guys updated on that, and if you do want to get like work in progress versions of my save, like, you know, a version where I've put down 3 or 4 different builds that I've done recently that are ready to go in, but maybe the families aren't done yet, or maybe, you know, everything isn't properly set up yet, or, you know, stuff like that. As I put new stuff in, I do upload work in progress versions of my save file for my channel members. So if you want to get access to that, then check out the channel membership link. You can click on the little join button next to the subscribe button, or check out the link that's in the description as well if you want to know more about channel memberships. But yeah, so I just thought I should mention that. And then also, I've been doing a couple of live streams here recently. I actually did 2 of them last week on, I think it was like Friday and Saturday, or maybe it was like Thursday and Friday. I can't remember. But I'm hoping to do a couple more live streams as well here on the channel and just do a little bit more live stuff with you guys, because I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed building live with you and just having fun and just chilling and figuring stuff out and talking and all of that stuff. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do some more live streams in the future, especially since I'm going to be very, very busy this year, and I might not necessarily have the time to get like 2 or 3 videos out every week. Hopefully I will be getting at least 1 video out every week. But then I figured, you know, if I can't get 2 or 3 videos out, maybe doing a live stream would kind of make up for that, since we usually go for like 2 to 3 hours, sometimes more. So yeah, I figured, you know, doing live streams kind of like as supplemental or like extra content when I can't get as many videos out as I would like, that could be really, really fun. So yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think about that, what times would work for you, all of that stuff. But yeah, so with all of that said, we're actually done with the interior. We're going to be doing some landscaping, some finishing touches outside, and then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to give you guys a little tour around the build and show you some of the things that I might have cut out, you know, all of that stuff. But yeah, I also wanted to mention that you're seeing this on a Wednesday, but tomorrow, actually on Thursday, we're getting those 2 like community voted kits. We're getting the castle kit. I cannot remember what the name of it is. And then we're also getting a like goth grunge kit as well, which I'm very excited about. All of those created some items look so cool. And the castle one, I'm excited about it, super, super excited about it. But I don't think I will ever build a full-on castle with it. I do have an idea brewing in my head, but it's not technically a castle. But we'll see. So I might just use it for like fancy estate builds or stuff like that, or like fancy manor houses or things, because I don't think I have the patience to tackle a full-on castle, because that is hours and hours and hours of work that I just don't think I have in me at the moment. So yeah, but with all of that said, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, if you did, give the video a like. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more Sims content, feel free to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead, jump on into the game in just a second, and I'm gonna show you guys, you know, all of the things that you might have missed in this like sped up version of the game. Okay, so here we are with the finished build. And as you guys can see, it's on the Darwing house lot that I believe used to have like a student house lot type thing on it. So yeah, that's where I went ahead and built it. So outside we just have a couple of picnic benches for seating. You know, we have a bonfire as well. Out the back, there isn't really much going on because I built it right up to the edge of the lot. So yeah, there's not much going on out there. I don't know why my game is being a little bit laggy at the moment. I think there's some background stuff running on my computer that I forgot to turn off. But yeah, so going into this house, or build, I guess we should say. So out the front, we just have a little entryway with, you know, fancy staircase, you know, all of that stuff. It's actually a double height entryway a little bit, so yeah. Fancy hallway. in this hallway, we do have a full bathroom over there. Off to the right, we have the kind of like living gathering space. So we have those computers that I talked about. We have the little art room as well. There's a foosball table. There's obviously the big living room space with the big TV and all of that stuff. Then going back over this way, we have another small hallway that leads you into the kitchen and dining room space. So yeah, we have a nice kitchen. We have obviously our little like dining space. And then this is where I have the laundry as well. So yeah, we have a couple of double laundry machines over there for Sims to do their laundry at. And then this is also where we have the kind of like library study space. So we have those research machines, chess table, you know, a bunch of bookcases. Just a nice quiet place for Sims to come and, you know, do their homework, study, what have it. So going upstairs, we have a hallway that I didn't show you guys me furnishing, but yeah, we have some more bookcases, another chess table, just some seating, you know, fairly normal hallway stuff. Then we have a full bathroom over here, and then the 2 shared bedrooms. So this is the first one that has obviously the twin beds, you know, all of that stuff. And then this is the second one with 2 beds, 2 desks, you know, all of that stuff. They also have walk-in wardrobes as well that the other rooms don't have. Now, going back over to this side, sorry guys if you can hear that, the wind is being absolutely monstrous at the moment. But yeah, so over on this side, we have 4 single bedrooms. So just 1 bed, 1 desk, you know, set up for 1 sim basically. But yeah, they all have their own mini fridges, like I mentioned in the voiceover. Then yeah, so we have the second one. We have another full bathroom over here as well. It is a little bit smaller, but there's another full bathroom. Then we have the last 2 bedrooms as well. And that is basically it for this build, you guys. So let me just give you a quick little floor plan shot of it. Let me just turn on the grid as well. So yeah, this is the second floor. And then the first floor as well, in case you guys wanted to see exactly how all of it is laid out and everything. But yeah, that is basically it for this video, you guys. Again, sorry that I took so long to get another video out, but yeah, like I said, real life has been rough for me recently. But hopefully coming, you know, this week and next week, we'll be getting a little bit more back into the swing of things with regular uploads, all of that stuff, hopefully regular streams as well. So yeah, if any of that sounds interesting and you want to see more Sims content and builds and all of that stuff, hit the subscribe button to stick around. If you like this video, you know, give it a like, you know, leave a comment telling me what you liked about it, you know, leave me a comment telling me what you got up to for your holidays and New Year's. What are some of your resolutions for this year? Any stuff, anything like that. I love hearing from you guys. So yeah, leave me a comment. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this. And I will talk to you guys all in my very next video. Also, I do want to say a huge thank you to my channel members who have stuck around and stuck with me through this little like break period where I was fairly MIA for most of it. I was barely online for most of it. So yeah, huge thank you to my channel members who have stuck with me and stuck with the channel and continue to support me in the channel. Your support really does mean the world to me. But yeah, with all of that said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you have a great rest of your week. There won't be another video out this week, but maybe I'll do a live stream over the weekend or something like that. But yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed this build, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye everyone.